Our top story tonight, a pregnant mother shot and killed outside an Amazon facility in Lakeville. And tonight a man is charged in her death.
And we are learning more about what led up to that shooting as friends and family remember the woman killed. Rob Olson joining us now from Minneapolis. Rob?
Yeah, I tell you what, we're here at where Kyla O'Neill, also known as Kyla Fletcher, lived. Her friends and family gathering now. And it's getting kind of dark up there in the twilight here, but they just released a bunch of balloons in her honor as they gathered to remember her on this day that her alleged murderer was in court to be charged with murder. And we learned new details about what led up to that incident outside the Lakeville Amazon Fulfillment Center on Sunday night.
Family described 31-year-old Kyla O'Neill as family-oriented and intelligent, scheduled to be induced to deliver her fourth child, named Messiah, on Wednesday. But now her family instead mourns her murder while they pray over her baby in critical condition at HCMC, delivered by emergency C-section and on life support, but they say showing no signs of brain activity. 32-year-old Dante McCrae is now being held on $2 million bail and charged with a single count of second-degree murder for Kyla's death on Sunday night. The criminal complaint says she had driven him to work at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Lakeville Sunday night, but they had been arguing that day after she discovered he'd recently had a baby with another woman. Kyla's mother told police that Kyla told McCrae to leave the home they shared and that the baby would not carry his name, that he then threatened Kyla and her mother, telling them, "You all ain't bulletproof." But she still agreed to drop him off at work Sunday night, and investigators say McCrae can be seen on video going into the back seat, that the car pulls away, then reverses and hits McCrae, then pulls forward into a parking spot where Kyla's fatally injured with that single gunshot to the neck. McCrae had originally told police he was cleaning rounds from his guns for safety reasons, but then later told them he was angry that the door hit him, raised the gun, pointed it at the victim, and pulled the trigger, claiming he didn't know the gun still had a round in the chamber.
The family had spent much of the day today at Hennepin County Medical Center with that newly born child. Again, emergency C-section on Sunday night, scheduled to be delivered tomorrow originally. Again, praying over that child, hoping for the best here. Prosecutors in Dakota County say additional charges could come in this case, depending on what happens with that infant. Live in Minneapolis, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, Rob, thank you.
Ending a relationship should be an easygoing and therapeutic process. Unfortunately for Kyla O'Neill, 31, she was killed by her ex-boyfriend, Dante Raphael McCrae, 32, moments after breaking up with him. This is her story. Welcome to Cold Cases. Be sure to subscribe for more stories and stay safe. This tragedy takes us to Lakewood, Minnesota. Family members said that O'Neill ended her relationship with McCrae hours before she was shot and killed on Sunday, January 8, 2023 around 6:50 p.m., just days before she was due to deliver a baby boy. The mother of 4 was shot in the parking lot of an Amazon warehouse, trying to speak to McCrae after separating earlier that day due to a physical altercation. Katina O'Neill, Kyla's mother, says the problem started with infidelity, which she says McCrae admitted to when they visited just hours before her daughter was killed.
Tonight, family and friends of Kyla O'Neill are holding a prayer vigil. She was pregnant with her 4th child when she was shot and killed. That baby was delivered by C-section at the hospital and is in critical condition. It happened in the parking lot of the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville on Sunday night. Court records say that she had been arguing most of the day with 32-year-old Dante McCrae, the father of her unborn child. Today, Dakota County prosecutors charged McCrae with second-degree murder. They say if the baby doesn't survive, he will face additional charges. WCCO's Reg Chapman has more on what led up to this family tragedy.
Didn't deserve what happened to her. She had a promising future.
Katina O'Neill fights back tears as she talks about her daughter Kyla. A single bullet to the neck took her life. She was in a car in the Amazon parking lot with the father of her unborn child when the shot was fired. Kyla was taken to Hennepin Healthcare where she died, but doctors delivered her baby boy Messiah.
They went through it. As a couple. They all go through it, but sometimes it got a little physical, sometimes it didn't.
Court records say the day she was killed, 32-year-old Dante McCrae and Kyla were arguing.
She broke it off with him, asked him to leave.
According to the criminal complaint, McCrae got a ride to his mother's home with all his belongings.
Last time I seen her, she was getting in her car. That's the last time I seen her. I tried to go with her. She said, no, Mama, I want to go alone. I thought she was going to bed and deal with what she just went through by herself.
But court records say Kyla went to McCrae's mom's home to pick him up and take him to work in Lakeville. He had a gun in his bag. McCrae claimed he tried to clear the weapon of any live ammunition and it went off, hitting Kyla. O'Neal told investigators a different story.
I guess this time it's just, he couldn't deal with the simple fact that she was leaving him.
She says she stepped in to separate the pair that day because McCrae was being aggressive with Kyla. Court records say McCrae told Kyla if she had another man around his kids, he would kill her. He also told Kyla and her family members, "You all ain't bulletproof." After seeing surveillance video, McCrae finally admitted to raising a gun, pointing it at Kyla, and pulling the trigger. Reg Chapman, WCCO 4 News.
Baby Messiah is fighting for his life. The O'Neal family is asking for your prayers.
O'Neal went for a drive. She said, "I want to go alone, so I'm thinking she's going to vent," said Katina. Her mother says it was her caring heart that led her back to McCrae. "I should have just told her, girl, I'm going anyway." "You know," said Katina. "He was on his way to work and she took him to work. Even though all that they did there, she still went and picked him up and took him to work," said Samantha Scott, Kyla's older sister. After Kyla went to the warehouse, this is when McCrae decided to G to the back of Kyla's car, pull out a gun from her purse, and shot and killed her. When officers from the Lakeville Police Department responded to a 911 call, they found O'Neal suffering from a gunshot wound inside a vehicle parked outside of an Amazon fulfillment center. She was pronounced dead immediately after going to the hospital. The baby, named Messiah, was able to be saved but unfortunately needed to be on life support. "I need him to pull through this," says Katina, according to CBS News. "I want him to. I can't lose both of them, not right now, no." The doctors eventually got a pulse after seeing no brain activity, with Katina saying, "He lost a lot of oxygen to the brain, so he has no brain functioning right now. I'm holding on to faith. I'm praying. God got the last word, so hopefully he gives him to me." Unfortunately, just days later, Messiah did not make it through. McCrae was charged 2 days after Kyla's death with second-degree murder. He will face charges for the death of Messiah as well. What happened to Kyla was a tragedy. May her family have some closure knowing that the monster who did this is in jail. She should be here to take care of her children, along with Messiah, who never even got a chance at life. Hopefully her kids know their mom was a fantastic person. More videos about true crime cases are on the way. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more stories like this, and remember to stay safe.